Alright fellas, I need you to listen to me very carefully, because what I'm about to say could be the most important thing you hear all day. A decline in circulation and performance you feel after 60. It is not just a part of getting older, and it is not something you have to just accept. In fact, most of the sharp, intelligent men I work with are unintentionally making things worse every single morning. It all starts with the very first thing they put in their mouths or the fact that they eat nothing at all. I've been in this field for over 20 years, and I can tell you this breakfast isn't just a meal. It's a window of opportunity. It's the time when your body is most primed to repair blood vessels, restore circulation, and reboot its natural systems. But what do most guys do? They grab a piece of toast, down a cup of coffee, or just skip it altogether. Worse, they choose foods that actively block blood flow to the areas where you need it most. Today, that stops. My name is Dr. Sophia Greenfield, and I'm a certified specialist in men's health and age-related circulation issues. I've helped thousands of men over 60 naturally restore their vitality, energy, and confidence without expensive prescriptions or dangerous procedures. And I'm going to walk you through the 3 for foods I personally recommend to my patients. They're simple, they're cheap, and they're in your kitchen right now. These aren't weird superfoods you can't even pronounce. They are real, everyday foods that, when used correctly, can flip the switch on your circulation and give your body the raw materials it needs to get back to peak performance. You'll feel stronger circulation, firmer responses, warmth in your hands and feet, and energy that doesn't crash before lunch. But before I reveal the foods, I want to explain why they work. After age 60, your body's production of nitric oxide drops significantly. Nitric oxide is the molecule responsible for helping your blood vessels relax and open up, allowing blood to flow smoothly where it needs to go. Less nitric oxide means stiffer arteries, colder hands and feet, decreased stamina, and a decline in function during intimate moments. This isn't your fault, it's just biology. But the good news is that there are specific nutrients in everyday foods that can kickstart your body's natural production of nitric oxide and help repair the silent damage that's been done to your blood vessels over time. When you combine these foods in the right way, especially within the first hour of waking up, you can literally rebuild your circulatory system from the inside out. You're not looking for a temporary patch, you're building long-term momentum. And that's what this is all about. So, native English speakers use every single dart. Let's get to the first food. We're starting with black beans. Yes, plain, humble black beans. Just 2 tablespoons each morning can have a massive impact on your circulation. Here's why: black beans are packed with an amino acid called L-arginine. Your body uses L-arginine to manufacture nitric oxide. That means wider arteries, better blood flow, and stronger overall function. But it doesn't stop there. They also contain magnesium, which helps your muscles, including the smooth muscle tissue in your pelvic region, to relax and function properly. Tense blood vessels can't deliver blood effectively, and magnesium helps them chill out. On top of that, black beans are rich in anthocyanins. These powerful plant compounds reduce inflammation and protect the lining of your arteries from damage. This is critical because as you age, inflammation builds up in your vessels and starts to choke off normal blood flow. These compounds help clean up that damage, clearing the path for oxygen-rich blood to get where it needs to go. Let me tell you about one of my patients. Gerald, age 16, a retired firefighter. He came to me completely frustrated. He said, "Doc, I feel like I'm just fading. I get cramps in my legs at night, my hands are always cold, and my mornings just aren't what they used to be." We looked at his blood work and saw his nitric oxide levels were low, and his circulation markers showed signs of stress. So I asked him, "What do you eat in the morning?" He shrugged, "Coffee. Maybe some toast." I had him change that one habit. I had him add a cup of black beans to his breakfast 3 times a week. Sometimes he'd mix them into scrambled eggs, other times into his oatmeal. In less than a month, the change was dramatic. His hands and feet were warmer. The leg cramps diminished, and he said something I hear all the time, that morning readiness was back. Now, you don't need to eat a lot to get the effect, but you do need to be consistent. I always tell my patients to start small, about a 1/4 cup, rinsed and cooked properly. Soaking them overnight can reduce the compounds that cause gas. If you're using canned beans, always rinse them to cut down on sodium. And a quick word of caution, if you have a history of gout or are sensitive to purees, use them in moderation. Eat a tablespoon or two is enough to get the benefits without triggering an issue. And if you're on blood thinners, just being mindful, while the vitamin K in black beans is very low, it's always smart to be aware of what you're putting in your body. Now you might think beans for breakfast sounds weird. I get it. But I want you to stop thinking of black beans as a meal and start thinking of them as a tool for your circulation. You're no longer eating just to be full. You're eating with a mission. And that mission is to feel strong, vital, and in control again. Let's move on to the second food. This one is going to surprise a lot of men because they've had it before, but they've never realized how powerful it is. I'm talking about seal-cut oatmeal, topped with toasted slivered almonds and pre-soaked chia seeds. I'm not talking about the sugary, artificially flavored instant packets. I'm talking about the real slow-cut steel-cut oats. Why? Because they are loaded with a special type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber does more than just lower cholesterol, it helps to scrub your arteries, allowing blood to flow more freely, especially to your lower body. Why does this matter? Imagine your blood vessels are a garden hose. If there's gunk built up on the inside, less water gets through. It's the same with your arteries. After 60, most men have some plaque buildup that's narrowing the pathway. Steel-cut oats act like a gentle pressure washer, helping to clear out that sludge over time. That means more oxygenated blood can get to the tissues that need it most, including the pelvic floor where performance begins. The don't stop with the oats. The toppings are what really turn this into a circulatory powerhouse. The slivered almonds bring magnesium and healthy fats that your blood vessels crave. Magnesium helps regulate blood pressure, supports muscle tone, and keeps your cardiovascular system steady. It also plays a key role in testosterone production, which supports energy and function, especially during intimate moments. And we add the chia seeds. But not dry. You need to soak them overnight in water or in sweetened almond milk until they form a gel. Why? Because this gel slows down digestion, regulates blood sugar, and hydrates your system, which improves the absorption of nutrients your arteries need. Plus, chia seeds are one of the best plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid ALA. Studies show ALA can reduce arterial stiffness, lower blood pressure, and even decrease systemic inflammation, meaning smoother, more consistent blood flow where it counts. Now, let me give you an example you can relate to. A patient of mine, Ron, 66, was struggling with low energy, brain fog, and performance issues. He was sleeping poorly and told me his mornings were a complete haze. He'd to grab a muffin and coffee and then feel completely drained before lunch. We swapped his sugar and caffeine bond for steel-cut oats, topped with toasted almonds and soaked chia seeds 3 times a week. That's it. Nothing fancy. Within 3 weeks, Ron said something interesting. His legs didn't feel as heavy, and he felt more switched on when he woke up. I checked his labs, and his LDL cholesterol was down. His blood pressure had dropped, and his testosterone levels had naturally increased. No pills, just real food doing its job. Here's exactly how to do it. Cook a half-cup of steel-cut oats. While it's simmering, toast 1 tablespoon of slivered almonds. Then, stir in a spoonful of your pre-soaked chia seeds. It takes 5 minutes in the morning, and those 5 minutes can literally change the way your blood vessels work. And let me be clear, this isn't just about bedroom stamina. It's about improving blood flow to your legs, your brain, your heart, your entire system. Better flow means better energy, better mobility, better sleep, and a better quality of life. If you're sensitive to gluten, make sure you use certified gluten-free oats. Oats themselves are gluten-free, but they can be processed in facilities that also handle wheat. For those watching their weight, almonds are calorie-dense, so 1 tablespoon is all you need. And if you're a pre-diabetic or diabetic, the combination of fiber, fat, and protein in this breakfast is phenomenal for stabilizing your blood sugar and keeping you full until lunch. No energy spikes, no mid-morning slump. You might ask, why this instead of eggs, bacon, or toast? Because the oats, almonds, and chia provide a synergistic effect. They work together to repair damaged arteries, reduce inflammation, and give your body the circulatory reboot it desperately needs. Toast gives you empty carbs. Eggs are fine but have no fiber. Bacon brings salt and saturated fat, but none of the vascular benefits you're after. This bowl of oatmeal isn't just breakfast, it's medicine in disguise. One last minus tip: top it with a handful of blueberries or a sprinkle of cinnamon for an extra antioxidant and blood minus sugar minus controlling boost. Remember, that first hour after you wake up is your golden hour. Your body is in a fasted state, ready to absorb nutrients. Your blood vessels are more responsive to repair. Don't waste that opportunity. Use it to fuel your body with what it needs to rebuild strength and performance from the inside out. Now for the third food. This one might surprise you because it's not technically a food, it's a beverage. But it is one of the most powerful tools I recommend for improving circulation and energy. When used consistently, it delivers fast and measurable results. I'm talking about green tea, specifically high minus quality, loose minus leaf green tea brewed the right way. Not the bottled stuff loaded with sugar, and not the tea bags that have been sitting on a store shelf for months. The reason green tea is so effective is because it contains a compound called EGCG, or epiglycolinoldiolate. This natural catechin activates a critical pathway in your body that boosts the production of nitric oxide. That's right, the same molecule we've been talking about that widens your blood vessels and enhances blood flow to the areas you care about most. Now, let's get into the science of it. EGCG activates a signaling pathway called PI3KKT, which promotes the production of an enzyme called endothelial nitric oxide synthase (NOS). This is the exact enzyme that tells your arteries to relax and expand, allowing more blood to flow to your pelvic floor, your legs, and even your brain. This is why so many of my patients who stick with green tea report warmer hands and feet, better stamina, and stronger, more reliable performance. And this isn't just talk, it's based on direct patient feedback and clinical data. Take my longtime patient Malcolm. He's 72, a retired architect, sharp as a tack. But he came to me feeling like his body and mind were slowing down. His words were dark. I feel like I'm dimming, and I hate it. He tried multivitamins, protein powders, even caffeine pills, but nothing worked. I looked at his labs and his lifestyle and saw his afternoon habit was killing him: soda, processed snacks, and no hydration. I told him to replace his afternoon soda with a cup of hot green tea, either mid-morning or after lunch. That was it. No pills, no complex protocols, just 2 cups of real tea a day. Within 3 weeks, Malcolm said he could walk farther without getting winded and was sleeping more deeply. In his own words, he felt more alive down there. We checked his cavernosa L blood flow with a duplex ultrasound, and the results showed his peak systolic velocity, the actual speed of blood entering the arteries in his lower half, had increased by 15%. For a man in his 70s, that is a massive change, and he did it without a single prescription. So here's my advice. If you're going to drink green tea, do it right. Don't boil it. Use water that's around 175 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Boiling water will destroy the precious catechins you're trying to get. Steep it for 3 minutes, no longer. And if you can, use loose minus leaf tea, about 2 grams per cup, and always drink it unsweetened, if you want to take it to the next level. Add a squeeze of lemon. The vitamin C can increase the absorption of the catechins by almost 300%. That means more nitric oxide, more relaxed blood vessels, and better blood flow when it counts. Now, I know some men worry about caffeine. Green tea does have some, but far less than coffee. And the L-theanine in green tea provides a smooth, sustained stimulation without the jitters or the crash. It actually enhances your focus while keeping your nervous system calm. It's why monks have used it for centuries to aid in meditation and mental clarity. You're not just improving your circulation, you're sharpening your mind at the same time. A couple more tips. If you're on blood pressure medication or eat drugs like Sildenway, space out your green tea by at least 2 hours. The catechins can interact with liver enzymes, so giving your body time to process everything makes the system run smoother. Also, if you're on statins or have liver issues, it's best to cap your intake at 4 cups per day. More is not always better. Not overwhelm. And if you're still thinking green tea is just flavored water, and again, in one clinical study, Just 1 cup of green tea was shown to increase artery dilation by 30% within 2 hours. 30%. That is a major change in how your blood vessels respond under pressure. In real minus world terms. But translates to better reaction time, better firmness, and an easier time getting started when the moment is right. Many men have told me that since adding green tea to their routine, their blood pressure has dropped, their energy is more stable, and their morning confidence has returned. Let's be cleared. This isn't magic, it's science. It's your body responding to real, usable nutrients the way it was designed to. And when you pair green tea with the right breakfast like the black beans or the oatmeal, you get a compounding effect. You're giving your cardiovascular system multiple pathways to increase nitric oxide, reduce inflammation, and improve vascular elasticity. It's a 1-2-3 punch for circulatory support. When you do it right, your body knows what to do. You might ask, can I drink it iced? Absolutely. But brew it fresh yourself. Don't rely on the bottled stuff from the store, which is usually degraded in catechins and loaded with sugar. Just brew the tea. Let it cool, store it in a glass container in the fridge, and drink it within 24 hours. You'll still get the full benefits. So here's your plan for tomorrow after you have your black bean breakfast or your oatmeal minus chia combo. Brew a cup of green tea and sip it slowly. Give your arteries that morning boost they've been craving. And if you're planning on being intimate later in the day, have another cup about an hour beforehand. That short term vasodilating effect can make a real difference in your response and performance. This isn't an exaggeration. This is just nature doing what it has always done. You just have to give it a chance. Your body hasn't forgotten how to work, because it needs the right signals. And green tea is one of those signals. Used correctly, it's one of the most powerful and overlooked tools in your kitchen. Now, let's talk about the fourth and final food. It's small. It's sweet, and it's probably sitting in your fridge or freezer right now. And talking about blueberries, but don't let their size fool you. These little dark blue fruits are one of nature's most powerful circulation boosters. By handful each morning can trigger a powerful chain reaction inside your body that widens blood vessels, calms inflammation, and increases oxygen delivery to your most important muscles and tissues. Let's get straight to it. Blueberries are packed with anthocyanins. Think of these plant compounds as a tiny repair crew for your arteries. These anthocyanins activate nitric oxide, the molecule your body uses to relax blood vessels and let blood flow where it needs to go. But here's the key, they don't just increase nitric oxide, they protect it. The anthocyanins stop oxidative stress from destroying it before it can do its job. That means more nitric oxide makes it to your groin, your legs, and your heart. Your legs and your heart. Exactly where it's supposed to be. Let me share a story I'll never forget. A patient of mine, Carl, 70 years old, a former firefighter, a tough guy. He came to me feeling tired and with his confidence at an all-time low. He had been on ED medication for years and thought this was just how life was going to be. I asked him a simple question: when was the last time you ate actual, fresh fruit for breakfast? He laughed. Fruit? Like a banana? Not in a decade. We made one small change. He added 1 cup of frozen blueberries to a bowl of plain Greek yogurt 3 mornings a week. That was it. No pills. No pills. No powders. Just fruit. 2 months later, Carl's blood pressure was down 7 points and his fasting blood sugar had improved. And his wife, yes, his wife called to thank me. Why? Because their mornings were better. His energy, his responsiveness. His whole outlook began to change. That's the power of food when you give it a job to do. Blueberries work fast. Clinical studies have shown significant improvement in artery function just 2 hours after eating 1 cup of blueberries. We're talking about an increase in flow-mediated dilation, or a FND of up to 2%. That's basically a measure of how wide, how fast, and how efficiently your blood vessels are opening up. Now, 2% might not sound like a lot. But let me tell you, in the world of vascular science, it is a huge leap forward. 80% increase in arterial flexibility can translate to real life benefits like better stamina, stronger performance, and faster recovery after activity. Over time, that daily support adds up. And we're not just talking about short, term effects. Regular blueberry consumption has been shown to lower systolic blood pressure, improve insulin sensitivity, and even reduce plaque buildup in the arteries. This is the long-game circulatory protection for years and decades to come. So, how do you do it right? First, make it a habit. You don't have to eat them every day, but 3 or 4 mornings a week is a solid goal. Frozen blueberries are just as good as fresh, sometimes even better, because the nutrients are locked in a peak ripeness. Add them to your oatmeal, your Greek yogurt or a smoothie, but don't add a lot of sugar. They are naturally sweet, and sugar will counteract the very benefits we're trying to achieve. Now, a couple of safety notes. Blueberries are very low in vitamin K, so they are generally safe for men on blood thinners like warfarin. However, if you have a history of kidney stones or high oxalate levels, start with a half- cup and work your way up. Blueberries do contain oxalates, which can contribute to stone formation in some people. For most men, however, they are perfectly safe and incredibly effective. And here's something you might not know: your body doesn't use the anthocyanins directly. It metabolizes them into powerful compounds like protein acid and vanillic acid. And these compounds influence gene expression. That's right. These metabolites actually help regulate the genes responsible for vascular tone, inflammation, and immune function. In simple terms, blueberries aren't just supporting your circulation today, they are training your body to be better at improving blood flow tomorrow, the next day, and for years to come. Let me paint a picture for you. Think of your arteries as a network of highways. Eating blueberries every morning is like sending out a road crew to patch the potholes, widen the lanes, and clear the way for your blood to flow freely. And that traffic isn't just going to your heart or your brain, it's going to your groin, your legs, and your spine. The areas that are often the first to lose function as you age. The problem is, you don't feel this damage happening. It creeps in silently. Slowly, longer recovery after a workout, colder feet, weaker responses, and intimate moments. At the time most men notice, the damage is well established. Blueberries help you reverse that process quietly, steadily, and powerfully. Another one of my patients, Gene, 68, started a simple morning routine. He mixed a half- cup of blueberries into his overnight oats. After just 4 weeks, he said his morning walks felt easier. After 8 weeks, his wife told me he was more interested. It's not just about physical function. It's about your mood, your confidence, and your connection with the people you love. And it all starts on your plate. So here's what I want you to do starting tomorrow. Grab a cup of blueberries and add them to your breakfast. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There is power in the habit itself. Because every time you nourish your arteries, you're sending a message to yourself: I'm not giving up. And still in this fight. That one simple cup is your daily defense against stiffness, fatigue, and declining performance. And it's a reminder that age doesn't have to steal your vitality, not unless you let it. If you don't like blueberries, there are other options: blackberries, raspberries, or dark cherries will all work. For the concentration of anthocyanins and proven vascular benefits, blueberries are number 1. Just keep it simple. Don't substitute sugary jams or blueberry muffins. You want the whole, antioxidant-rich, real fruit. Your body knows what to do with it. So now you have 4 powerful foods: black beans, steel-cut oats with chia and almonds, green tea, and blueberries. Each one supports nitric oxide in a unique way. Each one fights inflammation. And each one works with your body, not against it. Together they form a powerful system for restoring circulation, boosting energy, and reigniting the power you thought you lost. Let's wrap this up. You now know 4 powerful foods that can kickstart your circulation, increase nitric oxide, and bring energy and confidence back to your mornings: black beans, oatmeal with chia seeds and almonds, green tea, and blueberries. Each one can make a significant difference on its own, but together, they form a complete circulatory support system made of real food. No pills, no guesswork. But what really matters now is what you do with this information. Listen, knowledge alone won't change your body. Action will. I've seen men who have the right advice sit on it for months and do nothing. And I've seen men make one small change the very next morning and feel the momentum start to shift. So my challenge to you is this: don't wait. Start tomorrow morning. Not next week. Not after your next doctor's appointment. Tomorrow. That first hour after you wake up is the most critical window of the day for your circulation. Why? Because your blood vessels are more responsive. Your hormones are resetting. Your muscles are primed for nutrients. Your body is deciding how it's going to perform for the rest of the day, not just physically but mentally, emotionally, and intimately. So what's on your plate matters. It's either building your circulation or silently robbing you of it. This means skipping breakfast or just grabbing toast and coffee isn't a neutral act. It's a step backward. You miss your golden hour. You're telling your body to tighten up, to constrict, to prepare for stress. But when you fuel your body with the right foods, you're telling it open up, repair, deliver oxygen, rebuild strength. It is this daily choice that allows men in their 60 seconds, 70 seconds, and even 80 seconds to start reversing the decline they once thought was permanent. Let me give you a simple battle plan. Tomorrow morning, pick just one of the 4 foods we talked about. Maybe it's a half- cup of black beans mixed into your eggs. Maybe it's the oatmeal with chia and almonds. Maybe it's a cup of green tea with lemons. Or a handful of blueberries on your yogurt. Don't try to do everything at once. Just start with 1. Keep it simple and stay consistent. The key is timing. Eat within 60 minutes of waking up. That's when your circulatory system is most ready to respond, when your arteries are most receptive to instructions, and when your nitric oxide levels need the biggest boost. If you wait until you're starving or already stressed, you've missed the prime opportunity. You can still eat later, of course, but the effect will be diminished. Act early for the biggest reward. Some of my patients ask me, Dr. Greenfield, does it really matter if I miss a day? Of course not. Life happens, but remember this: your body runs on patterns, not perfection. One great breakfast won't fix everything, and one missed day won't ruin your progress. It's what you do most often that rearranges your system, that teaches your body how to function, how to circulate, and how to heal. And frankly, the reason most men fail isn't laziness. It's impatience. They try something for a week, don't feel like a superhero overnight, and they give up. Don't fall into that trap. Your strength didn't disappear overnight, and it won't come back overnight. But give it 3-4 weeks of consistency, and I promise you, you will feel a shift in your life. I've seen patients reduce medications, restore intimacy, and get their energy back. It's not magic. It's food used with intention, at the right time. Let's review your 4 foods one more time. First, black beans. Just 2 tablespoons for arginine, magnesium, and fiber that build nitric oxide and clean your arteries from the inside out. Second, steel-gut oats. They scrub out LDL cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and provide steady energy to your heart and groin. Third, chia seeds and almonds. Add them to your oats for omega-3 seconds, magnesium, and hydration, which are critical for strong blood flow and nerve support. Fourth is green tea. Brew it gently. Sip it slowly. It relaxes your blood vessels, lifts your energy, and protects nitric oxide from being destroyed. And fifth, blueberries. A cup of these little giants can protect your arteries from oxidative stress and improve their ability to expand and deliver oxygen-rich blood where it matters most. Put them all together. And it's not just a meal, it's a strategy. It's a way of nourishing your power, not your fear. Every single morning when you wake up, you are not helpless. You are not broken. And you are not at the mercy of your age. In this moment, fully capable of changing your course. I've had men in their 80 seconds walk into my office grinning like teenagers. It's not because they defeated time. It's because they stopped fighting their biology and started working with it. They made peace with their bodies and decided to become a partner in their own health. That's what I want for you. No shame. No panic. Just small daily victories that add up to massive change. Because what you are doing here is about more than just performance. It's about your identity. It's about proving to yourself and to the people you love that you're still in the fight. That you still have a deep desire to feel strong, connected, present, and proud. So, I want you to make one decision tomorrow. Just one. Choose to start. Choose to pick up your fork and put down your excuses. Choose circulation. Choose clarity. Choose confidence. Because the next chapter of your life deserves the best version of you. And you know what? Your body is ready. It's just been waiting for the signal. I'm Dr. Sophia Greenfield, from Tranquil Health Seniors, here to remind you age isn't your enemy. Neglect is, but with the right tools, the right food, and the right mindset, There is still immense power inside of you, waiting to be reawakened. If you found this valuable, keep building. Stay consistent, stay curious, and most of all, stay in action. You're not just improving your breakfast, you're rewriting your story. And I can't wait to see where it goes.